From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is a severe weather alert.
All right, it's 4:25 in the afternoon. I'm Fred Gossage along with Taylor Plott, Ben Luna, and Sam Camp in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. Brand new severe thunderstorm warning in our area till 5:15 for Hardin County, Tennessee. It does clip far eastern areas of McNairy County and then into the northern half of Tishomingo County as well for the storm north of Iuka. That's until 5:15. Now for Hardin County, it's the entire county, top, bottom, left, right, crisscross, and all that. So we'll zoom in a little closer, look at the storm and ahead of it, talk about some of the communities. The main concern I have with the storm is gusty straight line winds. It's lost its hail core and it's starting to bow out and gust out a little bit. But north of Highway 25 here in Mississippi, north of Burnsville, headed up toward Short and Dosky, moving northeast at, I would say, probably 45 to 50 miles an hour. That's headed up toward Counts and Pyburn, Walnut Grove. If it holds together up toward the Highway 64 corridor from as far west as maybe Crump, back over to Savannah, as far east as Olive Hill. So let's do a storm track just ahead of that storm, carry it northeast at about 45 miles an hour, maybe 50. And we'll talk about some times of arrival here. There we go. If it'll let you do it.
Zoom back out.
Yeah.
That's close enough.
All right, so Pine Flat at 428. The Lauderdale Wildlife Management, because it may clip this far west corner here of Lauderdale at 433, Counts 435, Pyburn 439, Maddox at 446, Center Star at 452, Savannah at 454, Bucktown 457, Swift, Tennessee at 504, and Saltillo, Tennessee at 508. Again, the main concern is damaging winds of 60 miles an hour. They do have quarter-size hail mentioned in the warning as well, but it's lost its hail core, and that storm's beginning to collapse a little bit, which decreases the hail potential, decreases the tornado potential, but over the short term, it increases the damaging wind potential. We'll go back and look at our other thunderstorms headed up toward northwest Alabama, and for this one, it's moved on past Franklin County now. I know they still have northwest Franklin County in that warning, but it's on past Red Bay, on past Pleasant Site. It's straddling the Colbert County line, Tishomingo County, moving up toward Allsboro and the west side of Cherokee toward Marjoram and Lane Springs and Waterloo here over the next 30 minutes. We'll do a storm track on that northeast at about 45 miles an hour or so. Talk about times of arrival. This thing earlier produced baseball-size hail back in North Mississippi, but the hail core, a shadow of its former self. Burnstown at 429, or right about now. Bishop at 430, Osboro 433, Malone 435, Marjoram 440, Mount Hester coming up at 440. Cherokee coming up at 444, Lane Springs 449, Eastport and Riverton at 450, Smithsonian 452, Waterloo 453, Wright 454, Gravelly Springs 456, and Rhodesville, Alabama at 457. Main concerns are quarter-size hail now and the potential for damaging straight-line winds up to 60 miles an hour. Severe thunderstorm warning is up until 5 o'clock. Some very broad, weak rotation, as you would expect with storms like this, but I'm not seeing anything that looks tight and tornadic. So as an overall situational awareness, let's go to Links 1. We'll talk about where we are with the forecast for the next few hours and then the overnight tonight. And then we're going to be back at 5 o'clock with a full Live at 5 weathercast. Between now and 9 o'clock, we have to watch for these isolated supercell thunderstorms that are developing over northeast Mississippi, that are moving northeastward up toward far northwest Alabama and the western portions of southern middle Tennessee. The higher chances of dealing with those run from Tishomingo County, western Colbert County, western Lauderdale County, up through Hardin County, Wayne County, western Lewis County, and then back through Prentiss, Alcorn, McNairy, Chester, Henderson, Decatur, and Perry counties here in Tennessee and Mississippi. That's the situation there for the higher chances of the evening supercells between now and 9 o'clock. But we can't rule out storms trying to get as far east as the yellow zones here, as far east as Russellville and Phil Campbell and the Shoals Metro, Lawrenceburg and Loretto now, Summertown, Columbia, Mount Pleasant, Culleoka, Pulaski, up to Lewisburg and Chapel Hill. It's a lower threat here in yellow, but between now and 9 p.m., We'll have to watch these isolated supercells. We were not expecting them to get this far east, but you have to throw out the computer model sometimes and just go with the reality of the situation. And that's what we've had to do. Later tonight, the storm's coming out of western Tennessee. This is how that threat sets up. And it's a lot of the same places, but it shifted back a little farther north. The main threat for the overnight storms from midnight to sunrise run from north of Iuka back to Corinth and Boonville, Selmer, Savannah, Waynesboro, Hohenwald, back through Decaturville, Parsons, Linden, over to Henderson and Lexington, Tennessee. But we can't rule out strong thunderstorms as far east as places like Red Bay, to the western side of the Shoals Metro, to Loretta, to Lawrenceburg, to Pulaski, up to Lewisburg, but the chances are much lower here. If storms move in, they would be between midnight and sunrise. In both time periods, we've talked about the potential for quarter-size hail or larger, damaging straight-line winds of 60-plus miles per hour, and a few isolated tornadoes. That big high-end type tornado threat, that's back west of our area for places like Memphis, Tennessee, to Jackson, Tennessee, up to Dyersburg, Tennessee. It's the western part of Tennessee that has that long track type tornado threat. We'll continue to watch things very carefully. Should a new warning pop here before 5 o'clock, we'll be back live sooner if needed, but otherwise we'll be back live at 5 o'clock with the latest information. For Ben Luna, Taylor Plott, and Sam Camp, I'm Fred Gossage, live from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. Stay with Tennessee Valley Weather. We'll keep you advised.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.